Guru Charitra. It has nothing to do with this, but this is something I feel is totally connected. There was a story where two saints are so much into the knowledge that they started figuring out that they can go and debate with this knowledge with others. And those days, kings and queens lived. So you went to a king or a queen and said that, yes, I know all the Vedas, I'm the most knowledgeable person. And they usually respected, they meaning the kings and queens, respected them also and gave them a lot of material benefits. And they learned doing that. And they went on to every city, every profound location possible, or every king possible to do this. And they have been doing it as a process in many places. So they enter this place in a particular location, and the king was also really finding it funny that people wanted to argue over Vedas and such. And he thought it made sense to just have a debate and give them something. They asked, okay, I will prove, they said, that we will prove that there is nobody in your land more talented than we are. And if we prove that, would you give us ABC, whatever they wanted, and a proof, a certificate or something like that, that nobody in your land is as talented as we are. And he said, yeah, let's go ahead with this competition. And then he starts calling up all the professionals or the well-known pundits and yogis and people who are knowledgeable to this argument. And one of the yogis who comes in contact with this is Trivikram Bharati. And he is a adherent devotee of Guru from the Guru Charitra. Sri Guru knows everything, but he doesn't really show off that. He's a very quiet, a calm person, always in penance and prayers and such. When these two saints end up at the door of Trivikram Bharati, he also tries to stop them from this debate and argument, and he really points out that Vedas and scriptures are definitely there for the purpose of understanding, more contemplating, and you can debate over it. He doesn't say you cannot debate at all. Of course we can discuss and debate and see if we can bring the best out of it and try to use it in our life, yes or no, but not for the benefits that you are trying to achieve. They don't listen to it. So ultimately he ends up putting them in front of Sri Guru. Guru knows the intent. So what he does is that, okay, he tries to give a gyan, he tries to make them understand that they don't understand. So ultimately he calls up one of the people that are just walking by on the road, and it happens to be a person that is a shepherd, hopefully. And he enters, he doesn't know what is going on, he doesn't know why he is called into this room. So he walks in, and then Sri Guru says, I'm going to just put up some lines on the floor. Can you just cross these lines? And he crosses the lines without even understanding what is happening around him, the shepherd does. And as he crosses the lines, with the blessings of Sri Guru, he gains each and every knowledge that is needed to argue with these two saints. And at one point, he transforms and is ready to argue. He argues definitely, and then he wins. But the whole understanding, the whole reason why Sri Guru created this person to argue instead of asking Trivikram Bharati, his own disciple, or any other senior disciples to go and argue, or he himself could have sat down for this debate, is that none of them should learn to use this for a purpose of, a material purpose. That is not the point of it. Debate is allowed, but not for this material purpose. That was one point that he was trying to make. Another thing is that if he can actually bring the knowledge into action, he could create a completely a nomad. He is transforming a nomad into a knowledgeable person within seconds. So that is the kind of knowledge he has. So there is a example, visual example in the front of these, saints standing. That itself is a power or proof of what he is capable of doing with the help of the knowledge, but wresting the ego out of the equation, taking the ego out of the equation, because this debate was coming out of the ego.